What's up, guys? It's Brett with Adventuresmith, and today I'm here in beautiful Swansea, South Carolina to do some one-on-one weapons training with Jay Harris, owner and CEO of Champion Defense. This is all in preparation for my next Proving Grounds event that is coming up next month. If you haven't seen the videos from those competitions, go check them out on my YouTube channel. I'll leave a few links in the description below. I'm here today with the goals of becoming a better shooter, learning some new skills, and really just kind of solidifying the basics. I'm filming on location at a beautiful 76-acre Champion Defense range facility. Some of its main features include a range office that doubles as a satellite storefront with ammunition, firearms, targets, and more. The range includes multiple shooting bays with interactive targets and even an archery bay for bow enthusiasts. There's a general purpose bay with barricades built to support movement drills and training with multiple calibers, as well as 2 dedicated rifle bays with ranges out to 600 yards. One for bench rest shooting and the other geared towards PRS with a variety of barricades to shoot from. Jay Harris will be my instructor for the next 2 days. Jay and his wife Felicia founded Champion Defense LLC in 2020. Jay is a retired U.S. Army infantry captain with 25 years of military service experience. Jay's qualifications include U.S. Army Ranger, Airborne, Air Assault, Combat Infantry, Drill Instructor, and Certified NRA Firearms Instructor, with multiple deployments to Iraq and Afghanistan. I'm looking forward to learning from Jay and his experience, and hopefully be able to absorb some of that skill and knowledge and come to the next match a much better shooter. Morning.
Hey, morning. How you doing?
Doing all right.
Good, good. Jay Harris. How you doing?
Nice to meet you, Jay. I'm Brett.
How you doing, Brett?
Yeah, doing good.
Welcome, welcome. You're welcome to put your firearm anywhere.
All right.
And then have a seat and just kind of talk about what you're trying to get out of this training today. I know we talked about a lot over the email thread.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping to kind of narrow it down exactly what to do to make you better at whatever craft you're trying to get after.
Sure thing. Sounds good, man.
Good, good.
All right.
So good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Jay Harris, obviously we already met. I am the lead instructor and owner and CEO of Champion Defense Shooting Complex and Sportsman's Club.
Mm-hmm.
Started the company back in 2020. Originally started this Champion Defense. I started as a NRA basic pistol instructor and CWP instructor after I retired out of the military. I spent 25 years as an infantry ranger in the U.S. Army. Retired November 2020. And decided I still wanted to protect and serve, and trying to give back to the community where I'm not kicking in doors anymore, but at least I can still teach people how to protect themselves and equip them with the things they need to do, especially training. So again, background is military. Philosophy on our teaching and principles here is speed and accuracy, right? What are the things that's going to help the average person be accurate on their craft, whether it be self-defense or competition shooting, hunting, things like that, and making sure they have the right equipment and mindset to do so.
Right.
So speed and accuracy kind of falls in everything we do.
So the first thing we did that morning was we got started with the class, and that basically entailed reviewing my gear, my equipment setup, and making sure that my rifle was set up properly. We talked about, things like supplemental gear to make accurate shots and to get environmental data to make accurate shots. Stuff like windage and distance to target and even barometric pressure. We talked about getting that data with equipment like Kestrels and ballistic applications and range finding tools. We also discussed chronographs and why the data that they provide is important for building shot data. Of course, we talked about keeping a dope book to record shot data for future use and how that can help you develop loads or to learn what your rifle is going to do with a particular ammunition in a particular environment. Once we kind of covered all of these things, we got around to talking about MOA, MRAD, and how that affects you being a shooter, what that means for you.
Or I'm trying to acquire something fast, I don't want to have to worry about doing a lot of holes.
Yeah, you don't want to have to think about it.
I don't want to think. I don't want to do that. I want to just have to worry about. Because right now, my gun, if I do get a target within 200 yards, I can just point and shoot.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily have to make an adjustment unless I want to hit it in the heart.
Right.
Understand?
Yeah.
Everything checking? All right, so that's why the 50, 200 yard zero is so important.
Okay.
Because you're using the trajectory of the bullet to do the work for you.
Yeah.
And then with LPVOs and red dots, they're normally at a caliber to do a 50-yard zero.
Okay. All right. So we are going to re-zero my rifle, and we're going to zero it for a 50 to 200 yard zero. Basically what that means is the zero distance that's closest to me is going to be 50 yards. So when I put my crosshairs on a 50-yard target, it's going to hit dead center. 50 to 200 is a really good general purpose zero, because Jay was saying in the classroom portion, you kind of let the bullet do the work for you. So we've got a target that's 50 yards out from my position here, and we're going to get to work.
All right, we're going to do your first three. Center mass of the target.
All right.
I'll write down your.
Okay.
You need to move to the left. Actually, you can do it now.
Okay.
All right. Clear. How you feel about that?
I feel pretty good about that.
All right.
Yeah.
So, looking at the barricade, as we approach, we want to know where we're going. And I'm not going to talk so much of stage, I'm just talking about in general, right?
Right.
It doesn't matter. If I know I'm going to a certain place, the key with shooting a gun is getting as many points of contact as possible, right?
Yeah.
Especially when shooting off a barricade or out a window. I want to keep as many contacts with a surface as possible,
Right.
and as comfortable as I can be, right? And as high up as I can stand safely, I want to do, because it's going to be a little bit easier on me, right? So if I look at surface areas, right, you got your camera there, but if I didn't have the camera on there, you know, it is because it's L shape, I want to use it. I want to get as close to that as possible to lock the gun in. So
Yeah.
now the gun is locked in on this L shape, and the L shape I created on this side.
Yeah.
So I just put a vise around the gun. It can't move backwards because I'm leaning against it, can't move forward. The gun is pretty stable.
Right.
Makes sense? Where you see a lot of guys come out here, but as that gun recoils, it's hopping across,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I might as well get it so I can trap it into the barricade.
Right.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay? So now, these are my points of contact. I have 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, right? Then contact to the ground, 4 and 5. Support position
Yeah.
with this elbow,
Yeah.
right? And now I'm holding it like this, right? 'Cause you
Yeah,
got that
you're
flash
locked
out there.
in with that.
I'm locked in. The best was an unneeded item, so I would snatch it off
All right.
during the day here, and I come off this side, and I come up like this.
Right.
So as you're approaching it, your gun needs to be up, not down.
Right.
'Cause you don't want to get sucked into the barricade just to back up.
Right.
It's time, right?
Yeah.
So you're already coming up high enough if you're gonna
Kind of like a high ready.
Yep, and it's
Yeah.
just shooting right into it.
And so then you.
Yep, right into it. Square off your legs instead of going sideways. Boom. Making sure you have points of contact. So you have your point of contact 1, 2, right?
Right.
Then you have 3 in your shoulder, and then your feet are your other points of contact. And then you can go to single knee. Boom. Right there. Again, your points of contact. So you want to make that camera earn its money.
Okay.
Right?
I got you.
And then now you can really crank down. You crank to the knee. Then you can go to double knee, and right, and it doesn't change right side standing. All right, now here you want to use this angle grip.
There we go. Okay.
So
I got you.
Now you can push it. All right. Now train this leg back a little bit. This one right here. There you go. See the difference? How it lowers you out. Action.
Yeah, that felt pretty good. I definitely think that I could smooth it out. But I mean, as far as the positions, once I got into them and I was like, okay,
Yep.
that felt good.
All right, let's look at your targets. See how you did them. Pretty solid. These were your prone.
Okay.
Right? So, but all these are pretty good. Right?
Oh yeah.
These your prone. I think that's when you switch knee.
Yeah.
These are all your ones. All right, obviously that was your 0.
All right.
See the 400-yard burn? Center hip stick target at 6. You got the hip stick, square, and hip stick.
Yeah, I got you.
Center one, you got it. At 600. Impact. Center.
That was my first 600-yard target right there.
Yep. Just get hit.
I just shot my first 600-yard target. Way out there. Way out there.
Barricade 2. Kneeling left. 200 target 2. 200 target 2.
300 target 2?
Yep. You're shooting 2 or 3.
You said 300 target 2, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Bottom circle, center circle. This barricade. Look at your barricade. There you go. Perfect.
All right.
Target 200. Target 1. Target 1 again. Target 2, 200 yards. Target 2. Target 1, 300 yards. Target 2, 300 yards. Excellent. Go safe. What did you change?
I scooched back some so I
There
could
you go.
lean more
Lean
in.
forward. Yep, you were two up straight, right? Because you're building the stability, because you're losing it here.
Yeah.
You have to get it from there,
Yeah.
right? With that pressure,
Right.
All right, and so I was just watching to see if you're gonna make that change because when you were up closer,
Yeah, I noticed.
yep.
That's
See how you're sinking down in the gun's
yeah.
moving and everything.
It's pulling down like that.
Exactly. So every time a recoil was put in versus you up here, now you change that angle just enough. Again, you're trying to create a triangle, right? No matter what you're doing,
Right.
Or kind of that kickstand effect. That was a lot more stable. You can see it all on your back and everything when you did it. Like,
Yeah.
Your back was kind of bowed.
Yeah,
Now
like,
you're
yeah.
here. Yeah.
But now I got to stick the butt out.
Yeah. More confident.
Oh yeah, yeah, a lot. Yeah,
So we were cranking them out. That was good.
yeah.
That was pretty fast. And
Okay,
all right, so all that spot on, man.
nice.
You're definitely night and day from from the conversation we had to
Yeah.
now, and even from the first few drills. To
Yeah.
how you're moving now. You're getting comfortable. You know exactly when you're in a position it's not right. You're
Yeah.
adjusting on your own, right?
Yeah.
And again, perfect practice, right? If you don't know what to adjust for, it does you no good.
Yeah.
It's gonna keep making this.
Day one completed, my 2-day training course. I can tell you, I feel so much more confident in my ability to hit things past 100 yards now. Jay had me doing, kind of cadence drill type stuff. He was having me double tap, pre-shot groups, that kind of thing on multiple targets at 200 and 300 yards. Really productive for me. And working off of different barricades, different shooting positions, and figuring out what feels the most stable. I noticed a world of difference from the time that I started this morning to now. I feel much more confident in my ability to hit targets that are further distance. readjusting my zero on my LPVO was a huge help, because now my hashtags and my reticle, you know, they actually line up with what they're supposed to line up for, instead of guessing somewhere in between the two hash marks as to you know, when I'm aiming at something that's, you know, 300 yards away. Now I know if it's 300 yards away, I aim on that hash mark, and you know, if it's 400, it's the next one down. 500, next one down. If it's in the middle, it's in the middle. You know, I mean, like it was a huge boost in confidence to get out on this longer range today. Jay had some good information for me today, and I'm looking forward to getting into some more movement drills, reloads, that kind of thing. We're going to do a little bit of pistol work. I'm super excited to come back and do it again tomorrow, learn some more stuff. Alright, so day 2, back for a little more. Today, I actually got my trigger cam in yesterday. The first one I got was a little bit defective, kept glitching on me. So I had to send it back and get it exchanged, but I was a little afraid that it wasn't gonna make it back in time, but it did. So now, hopefully we can get some pretty cool shots of what I'm actually seeing further down range. Hopefully we get some good footage today and learn some good stuff. I'm pretty excited. I think today we're supposed to be working on movement drills, reloads, and a little bit more barricade usage, how to set up steady shots and things like that. So let's get it going.
Yeah, speed up. What do you feel like you did different when you did the 1 second one?
I mean, I just was letting that dot get where it needed to get, and as soon as I saw it, I was pulling the trigger.
Very easy, right?
Yeah.
So your cadence is good, all right? So you don't have to worry out of work there. 7 yards, and then I back up every few yards, right? So I'm gonna put some barrels that give us a different space.
Okay.
And then you'll be shooting the same target, but pretty much, and I'll show you first, of course. So it's boom, 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 back up, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
Position, and you'll see how, like, as you get farther, it is translating to distance down.
Yeah.
All right. And then you can keep that same cadence.
Okay.
That's that right mark.
Just go on ahead and holster, and then I'll go. I did that for my concealed weapons permit class. To hold it like right about waist.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because if I was aiming up center mass, it was going over the top.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Go ahead and make ready. You ready?
Yeah. And you get a sticker because you've been a good target. And you get a sticker. That's correct.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
Stand by. Alright, so if I was doing that, and I know I couldn't drop my bags here,
Yeah.
you could drop them there. I would then run. Right?
Yeah.
Already reloaded.
Yeah.
Right? And now I can get on target and
Yeah.
do the same thing.
Now you're
I
ready.
drop my bag here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that- Drop 2 seconds off of that.
Nice.
I'm off the gun, and as I get there, I know I'm there. I start transitioning off and slowing down, and then turning into my shot.
Yeah.
Make sense? So you're not running up to it, stopping, and then turning or shooting too fast.
Yeah.
Stand by.
Yeah. I still got messed up right here. I was too quick. I skimmed it.
You got choked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it like there. So.
Yeah, I heard it go thong. I was like, ooh, well, I'll do one of those, what was that movie where they sling the bullets? Last one I wasn't quite where I needed to be. I had to like scooch myself over. Yeah.
I'm like, where is he going to go?
Yeah. Well, it's like, I don't know. I forget that I didn't know I couldn't do that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that felt good. Nice.
Double tap matters.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it makes up a lot of time.
Right on target. Good. How you feeling?
I feel great, yeah. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I lost it for a second.
The angle you need to
Circle, square, circle.
work this whole level first,
Oh, okay.
then come over.
And work that one.
Then you work the level, and you half round left, and then the pro.
Okay, I got you.
One shot.
All right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Hell yeah, man. That was awesome.
Good culminating event.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Uh,
And I definitely, I'm hoping with all that, that gives you enough in your
Yeah.
rucksack to work off on, to train on, and your much success in the next match. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
I think it'd be helpful.
I think so too.
Yeah. That rifle's definitely on. And
Yeah.
What do you call it? A poor PSA? What you call it?
Poor Meadow State Armory.
Yeah, poor metal.
Yeah.
But you're making it rock. So
Yeah, buddy.
It's all about the person behind it, right?
That's right.
Making the rifle. So yeah, good stuff, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so you're more than welcome to stay and blast up some steel over there. And
Okay.
Finish, or whatever. But I'm hoping you got something out of the course.
I
man.
sure did, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Thanks for trusting me.
Yeah.
In your training, and then stay in touch, man. We can just get some shooting in.
Absolutely.
And then let me.
All right, guys. Well, that's a wrap on my 2-day training course here at Champion Defense with Jay Harris. What a great experience that was. Me and Jay, we worked on a lot of stuff that I told him that I wanted to learn and get better at doing for the purposes of the Proving Grounds competitions. But overall, I mean, it was just such a great experience. I built up the basic skills, and I learned a couple of new things just starting from day one, talking about MOAs and how those are used and shooting. That translates to finding your target and making sure that you're hitting what you want to hit. The 50-200 0, and how that was actually what my LPVO optic was designed for, which as soon as we set it to 50-200 0, immediately improved my shooting. It took all the guesswork out of ranging things. I was able to just put the hash mark on my reticle right on target, pull the trigger, and went right to where it needed to go. So I mean, yeah, day one was really important for me to learn good solid shooting positions from barricades, and getting my confidence built up for hitting targets that are further than what I'm used to shooting. That was a huge confidence boost for me. Today was great. We really spent pretty much all day down at the general purpose bay, doing more footwork, a lot of pistol drills, going over scenarios that you might run into, and it was applicable in competition setting as well as in general defense. And it goes back to Jay's teaching philosophy, which he said was speed and accuracy. You've got speed and you've got accuracy, you're better off than most people. It's night and day. From when I got here, I kind of felt a little bit timid about my shooting skills, but throughout the training that we did and the different drills and the exercises that we ran, I'm feeling to be a much more confident shooter now. I know for a fact that I can engage targets at 200, 300, 400 yards. I even engaged my first 600-yard target in this training course. Really excited about that, and just can't say enough good about Jay and what he does here, and the way that he teaches. His philosophy is great. Closing notes, I was able to test out my gear, give it a good shakedown. Got my cameras set, and I really enjoyed the trigger cam. That was awesome to go back and review the footage of me actually taking the shots. Got some good stuff to take home and practice with me, you know, with the barricades and being able to set myself up to make solid shots. I will definitely be back out here to this range. It is beautiful, and it's got everything that you need out here. So yeah, overall, if you're looking for good training, come check out Champion Defense. Get with Jay or one of his other very qualified instructors, and they'll get you taken care of. See you on the next adventure.